No freelancer will die as a freelancer.
What is freelancing all about? Who are these people who can do freelancing?
Doing something is free, it's not freelancing.
Okay.
I studied in Tamil medium in my native called Rajapalayam. You want to be a millionaire?
Of course, yes. How do I price my time?
So
if I wanted to start a freelancing today, right, how do I start it?
go to friends, don't go to family.
So also want to know about a term, something called as moonlighting.
Moonlighting is completely different. Zoho founder Sridharam once told, it is easier to earn $1 than a rupee.
Did I hear it right? 50,000
50,000
active members in the community. How long was the journey for you as a normal person to an entrepreneur and owning a BMW?
If you notice, my English is also not very good. Like how you do speak fluently, it's not that good. But somebody can, like me, can do this. There are people, so many people better than me. So you all can do it.
Okay, hi Shakti. Thank you a lot, and thanks a lot for taking time out and being with us here. Right, so let's start with a brief round of introduction. Right, so tell us about your journey. Right, where from, how did you start it, and what made you reach till here? Because you're a successful freelancer, you're an entrepreneur, right? So our listeners want to know more about you.
Vanakkam. So first of all, thank you so much for having me.
Pleasure is ours.
How I started my journey. While I am studying, I had some skill within me. Like I used to do website designing using WordPress and other HTML, CSS, very basic. What I'm talking, it's about 10-15 years back.
Okay, this is like school days?
In my college days.
College days, okay.
So I used to do it free for my friends. Then again, one more friend came and he asked me to do it. Again, I done it for free. So continuously, many people asked me to do their website, portfolio website or CV website. Then I started, okay, anyway, if you are good at something, so that's why people are coming back again and again. So why can't I charge? So I charged a very nominal amount. That was a good
Start
experience to have money in my hand while studying.
Okay, so that was your first income, we could say?
Yeah, it's around 10,000, 15,000 I got for that.
Wow.
So that's when I decided, okay, let's not go to any company. Let's do it. I like doing this. So let's do it. So that's how I started my freelancing journey.
That's your entrepreneur journey started.
Then I turned into an entrepreneur. Okay. It's a long gap between. I worked as a freelancer for almost 7-8 years. After that, I turned it as an entrepreneur.
So before you stepped into your full time as a freelancer, you also spent some time in college, or I mean, not in college, in corporate. Have you ever worked
as a regular basis, but I have done consulting for corporate companies as a contractor, expert consultant. I have done consulting for many corporates,
but never worked in a regular
full-time regular.
Okay, so I mean, for the sake of our listeners, can you tell us what is freelancing all about, right? Because we often hear this conversation or terms that, what are you doing? I'm a freelancer, right? Okay. So what is freelancing? Who are these people who can do freelancing?
Okay. So before that, let me tell what is not freelancing. Okay. Doing something is free, it's not freelancing. A freelancer is someone who can work for multiple companies with his or her skill set.
Okay.
So if you are working for one single company, all your skills going to only one company with a fixed timeline and with a fixed budget.
Correct.
9 to 5 you have to go to that company. Monday to Friday you have to go to that company. Yep. In return you will get some LPA, XLPA, YLPA you will get. So it's an employee. Whereas freelancer, there is no fixed commitment. So if I feel like working today, so I can work today. In case if I don't feel like working for another 1 week or 10 days, I don't need to work. Instead of giving all my skill to one company, I'll give my skill to multiple companies, whoever giving higher
or better remuneration.
Exactly.
Understood. Okay. So does it has to be, let's say, domestic or international? Do you need to be a part of XYZ companies? Because talk about freelancing, what strikes my mind is we have multiple companies like for, let's say, Fiverr or Upwork or Toptail, right? So if I wanted to start a freelancing today, right, how do I start it? Where should I start it?
Okay.
I mean, where do I get my clients from? How will people know that, okay, I'm a freelancer?
Okay. So the question is simple, but answer is very big. Let me
Let's break it down then.
Yes, let me tell you how we can make money. So if I want to get money from you, I have to sell something.
Correct.
For example, if I sell this pillow to you, you will give some money. If I sell this phone to you, you will get some money. I will give some money, correct? So similarly in freelancing, so this is called trading. So I give something, you are giving me money.
Correct.
Again, if I want in freelancing, if I want to make money, I have to give something. So here I am trading my skill. So the first thing you have to identify your skill, which you are going to trade, whether this pillow or
What
phone.
am I good at?
Exactly. Be it, it can be anything, be it marketing or sales or development or accounting or finance, be it anything, but identify what you're going to trade. It should be, it should give more money. So for example, many people, what they think as a freelancing is copy paste job or form filling job, data entry job. Of course,
Those are
those
also
are
part
also
of it.
part of freelancing, but
Sure.
that gives only a very
Peanuts of
peanuts. You should go for a skill-based work. So first identify your skill, then equip yourself. So it is not same in working for a company with the X skill or Y skill. It is not useful to do freelancing. So there are so many MNCs. So you name it, some MNCs.
right.
A front-end developer or back-end developer working in any MNC, it's not equivalent to who is doing a freelancing. Because in MNCs, you will have a time period like 1 week, 10 days, 15 days, 20 days. Like well, they will have a very good time period to fulfill that given requirement. But whereas in freelancing, everything has to be happen instantly. So client will come, they will give some requirement and they will expect you to complete it within 1 week or 10 days. So you have to be very, you have to be
Time
ready.
frame window would be very small.
Exactly.
Okay.
Also, they will ask you to learn something new. So within a short period of time, you have to learn a new technology. You have to be expertise in that. You have to be debug also. So you have to equip your particular skill.
Understood. Let me also try to take a step back and ask, if I am a client, right? Why should I go to a freelancer rather than hiring a one or two folks? What is the advantage and disadvantage?
A company hiring a freelancer is highly beneficial. Why? Because you say you take a startup. So have you worked in any startup?
Yes, sir.
Let's say production alone. For example, if it is a software development company or any product-based company, means you need a front-end developer, back-end developer, a database administrator, security analyst, quality QA,
Correct.
then UX, BA, delivery manager, project manager, product owner, scrum master, what else? UI, UX. Then so many people involved. A single person salary is let's say 20 LPA.
On an average, maybe.
Okay, you need only for development, you need 15 people. You need cloud engineer, all these people. For let's say not even 20 lakhs. Let's have a 10 lakh each. That's on an average. So 10 lakh into 15. How much it will come?
It's a huge fixed cost for a
It is
company.
1.5 crore per month. So in an year, it is somewhere between 13, 14 lakhs, 13, 14 crores.
Correct.
This is only for production. There is marketing phase it comes in. So traditional marketing, digital marketing. In digital marketing, you have to do content, you have to design, you have to do video, shoot videos, you have to edit, you have to promote. Then there is a accounts department. Then there is a finance department. Then there is a legal, HR. So consider if you put together, it's a large capital you need. Practically, it is not possible for a startup. So they are startup, they're starting, they don't have enough fund to do all these things. Here, these freelancers will come. They call enablers. So they join on demand and then they will do the things. So you don't need to pay PF, you don't need to pay salary increment. There's no ESI, there's no commitment, there's no gratuity. They can relieve them anytime.
Or take a new freelancer.
There's no lawsuit against you. So many advantages you will get as a business owner,
As a corporate, if I'm
corporate
looking at-
business owner. Also, for example, just for a few months, say for example, security analysts, they don't need the entire period of 1 year. If the development is 1 year, means they don't need 1 year. They might be needed only 1 month or 2 months. Just for 1 or 2 months, you hiring a security analyst throughout the year, it is not advisable. I mean, at least when you are in a starting stage. So once you are enabled, once you got funding, then you can hire them full time.
Okay.
So
now-
likewise, there are so many things. Likewise, like I said, video editors you can hire. You can hire social media managers. You can hire virtual assistants. You can hire marketing team, sales team, accounts. There are so many fractional CFOs these days.
Exactly. I've seen a lot many fractional CFOs right today, and when we interact with them, they tell okay, they divide their time into these multiple companies.
Exactly. So it is the best option for business owner. So they should know how to leverage these freelancers.
And also, is it beneficial for a corporate so that if I'm not able to afford a full-time CFO, right, with that skill, at least I can hire him for a particular hour of a week, and he will also work with a 3 or 4 company and get his remuneration fully.
For corporate.
Yeah. So if I'm a
Corporate, they
startup,
will have enough funding to.
no, let's say if I'm a startup, I want a CFO, but I don't have enough budget to hire a full-time CFO. So I can be dependent on a fractional CFO as well.
Exactly. If you are a startup, means we might think, okay, we got we bought that, we bought this, we have so many people working for us, we got sales, everything. We might think, but only CFOs will tell you what is there in your bank account.
It's a
So
P&L.
how much it is going, where it is going. So everything they will slap on your face and tell you the report. So it is must. If you are a startup, please have a CFO.
Okay, now let's switch the table. If I'm thinking from a freelancer point of view, and if I want to start as a freelancer, right? How will these corporates or people who have the requirement will find me? Because if I'm a new freelancer, I may not have a history of projects, right? Because if I go and register to XYZ company, I will be competing against multiple people who already have successfully delivered their XYZ number of projects, right? So how will I gain a trust of somebody if I have to start fresh?
Okay, so if you are a freelancer starting fresh, where will I get find,
Correct.
or how client will find?
How will client find me? So let's say how did you find your very first client?
Okay, so there are 2 ways you can do it. So one is online, another one is offline.
Okay.
So online, all these freelancer.com, Upwork, Fiverr,
Correct.
our own gigs and platform. So you can find clients over there. If it is offline, cities like Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, all the tier 1 cities, they host events on a regular basis. So every weekends or every days they are hosting events, meetup, conferences. So you have to go there and present yourself, network with people, tell the world that you are doing this. Otherwise, nobody will know that you will do it because no one is magician.
Correct.
So you have to tell that you are doing this in offline. In online, you have to have your domain authority. So if you are into sales, you have to talk a lot about sales in be it YouTube or Instagram or LinkedIn or Facebook. You have to talk about sales so that it's a social proof. If somebody wants some consulting or suggestion, second opinion, they will connect with you.
So as to sum it up, what you're saying is if I'm starting new, I should go to my friends or families or attend events, tell about what I do and start with small projects. Once I start, then probably I can also place that as a testimonials to add value and trust so that the bigger guys can catch my attention.
Yes, go to friends, don't go to family because it's hard to make them understand what you are doing. They will simply say, "This guy will sitting all the day in the house and
didn't do any work." And how do I price my time, right? So this is something which somebody starting fresh may not know, right? If I need to give you a quote, right? If you want me to build a website, how much should I charge you? Where should I price it, right? What is the right cost so that I land up the project? I should not miss it because it's too much of expensive. On the other side, it should not be too good to be true a scenario. So what is the price and how should I negotiate with these clients if I'm a freelancer?
Okay. So this is subjective. It's not like gold price. Even gold prices varies from nation to nation. For example, the design you are seeing, right? So this design may look good for you, but it is not. It may not.
Individual perspective.
Yes, perspective matter. So when we tell about quality, quality is always subjective. But there is something called a market price for each thing.
Okay.
But again, the deciding factor comes as a x plus y plus z equal to something. So that is your price. So what is this x? What is this y? What is this z? So x is your experience. So how much experience you do have. So that is first thing. Whether if you are newly starting, means your price will be little lower side. You have a 5 plus years, 8 plus years, 10 plus years. So
Then it's
that
slightly
matters.
good.
That is one metric you have to consider. Then second, what is your portfolio in the particular domain? Okay, you have, for example, you do work for any MNCs in previously, like 8 years, 10 years experience you have for say React or Angular or accounts you have. But how many projects you have delivered individually as a freelancer? So that portfolio you have to make sure. So that is factor Y. So your experience in the particular skill, how many years of experience, plus what is your previous experience in the similar domain for other people. So
Works
that is
what is done.
Y. Then Z is to whom you are
Selling it.
selling it. The ground matters.
Is it a domestic client
Domestic
or
client or
international
international client. For the same set of code base, without changing even a semicolon, people are selling to overseas client 5x, 6x, even 10x. So this XYZ will determine what is your price you
So
have.
along with your technical, you also need a selling skills also, and depends upon who is the buyer
Exactly.
to an extent.
Exactly. And overseas in general, you cannot, all the overseas client will get this price. So it will vary. Are you selling to APEC region,
Oh,
Southeast
okay.
region, or MENA region, or Europe region, or
So
North
APAC,
America?
MENA, or it depends upon each region also.
Each get. Yes.
Understood. So you yourself have started as a freelancer, right? Now you successfully own multiple bunch of companies, right? So tell us experience about your, right? What made you thought, okay, I've done freelancing, now I need to start my own company. What was the transition like?
Okay. I mean, no freelancer will die as a freelancer. So obviously that freelancer road will lead you to become an entrepreneur. Even you like it or you don't like it,
Eventually,
that will drag you to become an entrepreneur. So there is no other way. It's just a buffer zone. The freelancing in between employee and employer, you will get the 360-degree experience in that buffer zone with low risk. So it is like it will happen. Just
So
like
you
how
knew it
love
from the
happens.
start that it will end up as an entrepreneur.
No, that I didn't know. I didn't know anything. When I studied in Tamil medium in my native called Rajapalayam. In my third standard only, I started learning ABCD. Once I came into my college, it was completely new. So until plus 12th standard, uh, my English book is the only source of my English knowledge.
That's it.
That too, I had only 60% of English. I will write in Tamil above the English in each word. So that's how it started. So at that point of time, I don't have any forecasting skill or where I'm going, what I'm doing. So nothing. So fortunately, I got lots of mentors who guided me, who paved the path for me, who validated me on and off. So that's how I made it. I'm still on my way going good.
Nice.
So at that point of time, I don't have
You
anything.
never thought about it.
Yes, like I said, it will happen by default.
So currently, are there any government policies which are benefiting these freelancers locally?
I'm not sure exactly, but recently I got this news. Central government is creating a portal for these
Promoting
enablers.
this?
These enablers
Okay.
who can register themselves, so companies can able to find them.
This is an initiative from the government itself.
Central government.
So is it
Under some MSME or Startup India. I mean, I'm not sure how much authentic it is, but I heard this news.
Okay. So okay, could be so these
Possibly. This even others we will propose to the government. So we are also in the same phase.
Okay, understood. So also want to know about a term something called as moonlighting. right?
Okay.
Which is very much in trend right now. What is moonlighting, right? Tell us about it.
Moonlighting is completely different. So it will not comes under freelancing or consulting, self-employment or part-time. So moonlighting is moonlighting. Means you work for a company as a full-time employee.
Okay.
At the same time, you work for another company as a full-time employee. So you will get, if you check your PF account, you will get two
Double PF?
companies.
Is it legal?
Statement. Some companies are accepting. To name a few, if I'm not wrong, Zomato, they are accepting moonlighting.
They're open.
M2P, it's a fintech company, so they also accepting moonlighting.
Okay, just so that I understand it correctly. So when you say a platform like Zomato or M2P are accepting moonlighting, if I work for these companies, they are okay that I work for another company, or it's the other way around?
The first one. So even if you work for somewhere else, you can work for Zomato.
Unless it doesn't interrupt my main job. Okay, so Zomato and other companies. So there are a bunch of companies.
There are so many companies. I just named a few.
Okay. So
it is not the other way. Other way, I'm not sure. But even if you work for somebody else, you can work for us. So at that point, they are accepting.
So is it like moonlighting is only majorly for coders, or because what I understood is, who is a freelancer? They are mostly technical guys, right? Who know either a front-end job or a back-end job. I've never seen a sales guy do a freelancing. Is it not something which is not at all there, or is my understanding wrong?
Because anything which is quantifiable, which is trackable, that can be validated. So these development or digital marketing with outcome-based works are easily monitored. So they are most likely giving those freelancing opportunities. But sales is something that is the asset of a company. So they are afraid to give it outsource it.
On the contradictory note, let's say if I am a startup, right, and if I have an idea and if I want to build a product or a website, right, and I don't have a money, I may approach a bunch of freelancers and would request their help to build it up. Will I be risking my project also? So what I'm coming from is, what if it is not secure? What if they try to start it by their own, right? Is there a threat there?
Sometimes. Why? Because generally I'm talking about, for a sales guy, if you are giving stipend or salary, say for example, 1 lakh per month you are giving as a stipend. Okay. But that 1 lakh is not a big money. The leads which they are engaging with,
Correct.
that worth of multiple crores.
That's the actual
what
goal.
If they share it with the competitors? So you are giving only 1 lakh. Competitor may give much more.
But there is a full-time employee, right? So here I'm working with a freelancer, which I've never seen. I've never seen the face. It's just probably a virtual interaction what I'm having.
Yes.
Right. So will I be still in that doubt? Okay, what if this guy takes my idea, runs it away? Or it's just a
your idea no one can implement better than you. So you don't need to worry about the idea. It's a piece of code. So Uber was there, so Ola also there.
Yes.
Swiggy was there. Zomato is also there. So it is not about that. It's a piece of code. Anyone can, if you type online or ask for ChatGPT, it will program it for you.
It's the execution
that matters. Execution matters. So ideas no one can steal it. And obviously, there are so many ways you can protect your code. You can give access only to particular IP. You can restrict so many things. So that IT team will take care.
And now AI is trending a lot, right? If I want to build a website, I can build it in 5 minutes using something. If you want to write a content, there are multiple things available. If you want to do a videography, right, or you want to create photos, there are multiple softwares available, right? Is it a threat to the freelancing community? Are there scope of work under any kind of risk with the upcoming AI? The sudden boom in AI? What is your opinion on this?
Actually, we should leverage AI tools. AI tool cannot replace anyone. So we have to adapt. We have to make sure how we can use those AI tools in our day-to-day activity. If you are a marketer, how can you use those AI tools in your marketing field? If you are a developer, there are so many AI tools to improve your development. So previously, if it took 30 days to do development, the same task you can do it within 2 days, 3 days. So it is actually a good thing. Yes.
So what you're saying, there is nothing to be worried about. That
Worried
upcoming.
about if you are not updating, if you don't even know this is coming, means you have to be worried.
So you need to be updated. You need to be on your toes to know.
Yeah, you should have a very good hands-on to those AI tools, or hundreds of thousands of AI tools, which is related to your particular domain. So what are the AI tools for sales? What are the AI tools for marketing? So likewise, you have to be, so that will reduce your time, increase your revenue. So it is all in your hand.
Okay. Now let's say if I'm a corporate, right? If I want to put out a job opening, right? I'm on LinkedIn, probably I may get thousands of applications. That means there are good enough number of people who are still looking out for a job, right? There could be experienced one, there could be freshers one, and obviously, as you mentioned, you need to be updated. They are competing against thousands of people. So people who are still looking for a regular corporate job, would you advise them to start freelancing as a side hustle, at least for the time being? They find a normal corporate job, or they can still survive with their own freelancing work?
So you are asking whether what I will suggest, to go to an employment or to start freelance.
Yeah. So what if I'm not getting a regular job even after multiple tries? So I may apply for a job every day, right?
Okay.
I may not even get an interview call as a normal person because of the tight competition. There are thousands of similar people who are fighting, right?
Okay.
So what is your advice to those set of people who are finding or facing this difficult time right now, that who are not getting a job? What is your one piece of advice to them to start freelancing? How to go about it?
Okay. So practically, it is not possible, in the sense, I'm not sure about the entire statistics, but up to in my knowledge, in Tamil Nadu, every single year, 5 lakh students are graduating.
Only in one
Only-
particular state,
only
Tamil
in
Nadu.
Tamil Nadu. So
Okay.
what if
This is
for
a
the
graduates,
entire-
what you're telling.
yeah,
Okay.
who completing their college every single year. So think about the entire
Nation.
in India. So at least there should be 20-25 lakhs of students. I mean, it's a
Bare minimum.
25 lakhs of students, but is there so many jobs?
No.
No, not very much. So they can take freelancing as an opportunity. In fact, a recent survey tells that in America, the USA, almost 41% of the workforce are contract employee, or they would more likely they become a freelancer. So this is going to be the future. The way how we work after COVID, it is changed, right? So since you have already worked before COVID, so work from home, it's not at all possible.
The concept was
You
not
have
there.
to request so many times. They will do
It was considered as a luxury.
drama. Exactly. But these days it's normalized. Similarly, if you noticed, companies are taking more contract worker than full-time employee. The trend is
Changing.
coming. In another 5 years, that freelancing thing, the on-demand workforce, so that will be the fundamental culture of work, because company seeing lots of advantage, and competence is increasing. Also, that is one way. So how I will say, if you didn't get a job, no worries. There are so many other ways you can make money. At the end, where do you go for a company?
To make money,
To make
feed
money.
ourselves.
So there are so many other ways. By the way, people who all are going for a company, are they really making money?
No, they're paying more taxes.
Yeah. But okay, let's do a simple calculation. So you want to be a millionaire
Of course, yes.
in how many years?
In next 1 or 2 years, if you ask me, but I'm
In
not
1 or
sure.
2 years,
possible.
you want to become an employee. For that, your current skill, current dedication is enough, or you have to put it to 200%?
With my current job, no, it may not be possible.
Okay. So with your current job, how many days, how many years it will take?
Maybe 10 years.
10 years. Okay. Take your.
Okay.
Let's do a calculation. You also take your phone. You do with me.
Let's try this.
Open your calculator.
I'm on it.
What's your monthly salary?
Yeah.
You can put it over there. I put 50,000 as my monthly salary.
Okay.
Into 12.
Got it.
It's your LPA.
Correct.
Right? Into, okay, you have only 20 years left. You are already 30. Sorry, I revealed your age.
I'm 36 to be precise.
Okay, then 15 years you have left.
Yeah,
That too not sure, but anyway, you put 15
I
years.
assume.
You guys put 30 years. So that if you are joining in a company in 20 years, so 30 years is maximum.
I'm clearly too old, guys.
So I put 30.
I'll put
30
into
years.
15.
You put 15.
Okay.
Rest of the people put 30 years. So that is your lifetime value. So what is the amount?
But this may also increase, right? So currently, what I'm putting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what is 1 million USD?
It's close to 8.5 crores.
8 crores, 70 lakhs. That's as of now, it's
Yeah.
current value. After 30 years, that 1 million also increase.
Exactly. Yeah.
I put 50,000. I got 1.8 crore as my entire life earning. That too, you forget about your expense. Even if you get 10,000 as your income, month end you will get nothing. Maybe 500 or 1,000.
Yeah, you have
Even
EMIs
you
to
get
pay,
1
tax.
lakh. Month end you will get only 5,000, 10,000 in your hand. Even 10 lakh, you will have 10,000, 15,000 in the month end you will get. So consider you save all your money. You didn't spend even
A single
1
penny.
rupee, single penny. Also, you get promotion, 100% promotion every year. Still, you will get 3.6 crore. It is not even 500,000. You forget about after 30 years that 8.7 crore will go around 20-24 crore. You forget about that, but still. So this is something people has to
Think about it.
Many people are thinking I will become a millionaire
But
in 5 years, in 10 years. It's a simple calculation. Is it any
Magic.
not magic? It's not very complex mathematics. It's a simple calculation. So this is called a human value. So if somebody gives me 1.8 crore and they ask me to work for 30 years, whether you like the job or I don't like the job,
You enjoy it.
will I do it? It's like a modern slavery, invisible. It is
Exactly.
not visible, but we are doing it. The people who are working in the company in the dream of becoming a millionaire in another 5 years or 10 years, this is the harsh
Reality.
bitter reality. In between, in case if you fell into the trap of EMIs,
There is no getting out of it.
yes, there is no. It's a one way. At the end, there is a dead end. So this is something people has to realize. So if you didn't get a job, don't feel it's better. You can make millions easily doing others. There are so many things. So now we found that in employment, even if we give 200% hike, we cannot become a millionaire. 400% hike.
I guess people are falling into that mental pressure of going into a college, getting graduated, postgraduate, then working into a corporate, right? For what? For making money to get some income.
At the
Right?
end,
So you don't have to worry if you are still not getting a job. What you're telling me, you can still earn a handsome income as a freelancer itself, right?
exactly. Why? Because here it is
Evident.
not. It is a fixed income, right? In employment.
Correct, monthly
But
salary.
in freelancing or consulting, it is directly proportional to your work and effort. So that's why I asked, even if you put your 200% effort, will it change? I mean, what is the increment percentage? I heard in a very famous big MNC, they gave 2.5%.
Which is true.
I don't name it. But maximum 15% is 30% is
Considered
the
as a
maximum
Yes.
increment year on year. What I'm talking is a
100%. So what you're telling, instead of putting 9 hours of your work there, and even after coming out of home also, you need to work. If you put 10 out of work at freelancing, you may earn much more and you can be your own boss. Right?
There are so many advantages. Here, the important thing is it is directly proportional. You put your 200% in your company, they won't increase your 200.
No,
they won't
no,
give a
they
200. The same money will come.
Yes.
But here, if you put your 200% effort here inside,
You can
will
see
get
the output.
Exactly. So then you have to. Here we will talk about X factor. I mean, in company we will talk about percentage. If you ask me how many, somebody asks you what is your increment? I mean, it's like a secret. 5%. They will not tell the number. They will tell I got 10%, I got 15%. But here it is X factor. Like I got 2x this month. I got 3x.
It's multiples of.
Exactly. So we have to come out of a percentage basis to X basis. So here that's where growth begins. So if you didn't get a job, don't worry. So there are so many other good opportunities is waiting for
It's
you.
still a positive note, because I recently saw a very known person talking about working hours, right? You need to spend at least 70 to 90 hours in a week, right, to
Okay.
your office. What is your take on it? Do you need to do that, or you can make more than by putting half of that time as a freelancer also?
Okay. But before that,
There's something called as work-life balance as well. That's the reason I'm asking.
something you have to understand. Why they are asking you to
Put that
work
much of,
for 760 hours, 70 hours
so
per
that they can make more money.
that is main reason. So how that function work, that you have to tell. For example, how much time you do have
How much time do I in a day?
in a day?
And like 24 hours.
20 hours. So
Correct.
everyone will
Has
get
the same
24
amount.
hours. But somebody will become a millionaire, billionaire easily, but why can't we? Because they
Man
know
hours.
they know how to leverage the time. So as an individual, 8 hours people can work.
Work.
Say for his satisfactory, we'll tell 10 hours one can work. So you 10 hours work, I 10 hours work. So this is going to be a chain reaction. So you work parallelly, I work parallelly, there's nothing changes. Now I start a company. Okay. I have 100 people working for me. 100 people works 10 hours per day. They're good at calculation.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So 1,000 hours. So one single day, I have 1,000. That is actually you all are working for me.
Correct. Understood.
So
So instead of leveraging that 8 or 10 hours, now you have multiple hours, which helps you earn more.
exactly. Here is the beauty. Now I'm starting a company. Say for example, I've started a service company. Kind of the famous MNCs, we name any TEC,
That's it.
something. Okay. So I started a service company. I appointed 10 people. So January 1, you guys also, 100 people started working for me. So when will I pay the money?
End of the month.
Jan 31st. Okay. So Jan 1st to Jan 31st, all these 100 people working for me, right? So end of the month, I will get all the money. So if I'm paying 1 rupee means actually how will I get? How much I will get?
You get much more.
At least 5 to 10
Exactly.
rupees. At least 10 rupees I will get. Only then I will give 1 or 2 rupees I will give you. So I will get for all these 10,000 people, all these 100 people, 1,000 rupees means I will get 10,000, but I will give you only each 1 rupee or 2 rupee to you. So here is the fun factor is 30 days you guys working for me. I don't have any investment. So I will take all the money, my profit, and then I will give the remaining peanuts to you all.
Now I know the secret source to earn a BMW.
So that's why he or she is asking you to
Works for so many hours. Okay, wonderful. So okay, let's say talking about an employer, you yourself are an employer, right? So you have two companies under your name, right? So tell us about that. Let's say how many people are working with you? What is their normal work day looks like? How many hours do you want them to work? Or they are free? You get your job
Okay.
done?
So I have two companies. So one is called as Innovations Private Limited.
Okay.
So I'll be the only one official employee in that company.
Okay.
My company is 100% operated by freelancers. Since I have a very good access to talented freelancers, on demand I will hire freelancer. I will complete the task. I will ship it to them.
Distribute
So,
the work.
Yes. So there is no pressure. There's no this many hours they have to work.
Nothing like that.
And one more company. It's actually not a company. It's a community called Makers Tribe. So where we try to create a platform for tech and startup enthusiasts. We help them using the community. So there are 50,000 plus members in the community.
Did I hear it right? 50,000. 50,000 active members in the community.
In the community. That means they attended at least one of our events. They attended.
At least one of
At least one. So mostly our members are consecutively, they will attend many events. I mean, individual unique
And
users.
how long did you want, or when did you start to build such a big community? Now you are qualified enough to stand in an election, right? You have support of 50,000 people, right?
Thinking of it.
So, okay, tell us more about this community. I mean, I'm very interested now.
So Makers Tribe, that's a big story. Let me make it very small. I wanted to build a maker space. So you know what is maker space?
No, can you brief
So it is it's a very famous concept in all the modern countries, Western countries. It's a do-it-yourself stuff kind of area. So it consists of
DIY.
exactly plumbing, welding, electronics, tailoring, or this kind of studios. So everything will be there where you can make anything by yourself. So all the tools will be there, 3D printers, everything will be there. So that I wanted to establish in my city,
community?
my native
Okay.
in Chennai. So I started. So before that, I traveled all the places. So is there any other makerspace in India? I travel even in Bangalore. There is something called Workbench Project. It is below Hulsoor metro station. Hulsoor metro stations. So I visited over there. Then there is something called Maker Arena, Makers Asylum. So I went there. How I learned how this operates. Telangana, T Hub.
So you traveled a lot for this,
Yes,
for
yes.
the research.
Yes. So also I have seen this in other countries as well. So I started in my native, but surprisingly it didn't pick up because many people don't know what is makers.
When was it?
It is 2018, 2019, that
Okay.
time period. Hardly I got only 7 walk-ins for the entire year.
For the entire year.
Because people don't know what is makerspace. That awareness they didn't
But
get.
not there.
So what happened? So this is one side. Another side, the real estate price, the rental, it is fixed cost. I have to take care. Then salary for maintaining the spaces. Then my capital investment. So everything started biting me. So okay, why people are not coming? They don't have awareness. Okay, let's create awareness. To do that, I started community building. If people are coming and seeing those stuff, means they will get some awareness, they will get some interest, they will start using the space. So that was idea. So when I started a community, what kind of community I should start? So I'm good at IoT. So I started IoT community. So I'm good at reading books. So we started a book review community. I'm good at freelancing. So that's how it evolved as a community space. Now slowly the maker space started shrink and then community space became big. So that's how we started.
Nice. And how different is CFC from this MakerTribe?
Okay, so MakerStripe is a parent hub. So under MakerStripe, so there are 30 plus communities. Like we have tech separate community, travel tech separate community, startup tribes separate
people
community.
with similar interest.
Exactly. So one among them is CFC, Chennai Freelancers Club. Fortunately or unfortunately, fortunately, it overtook.
Oh.
Now people are identifying me as a founder of CFC than founder of MakerStripe, but it's fine. We started for something, it became something else, but still MakerStripe also one of the
CFC became so popular.
Yes.
It overgrew the parent company.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay, amazing. Nice. So you also, I got to know from our very secret sources that you are also a proud owner of a BMW, right? A luxury car, right? So how long was the journey for you as a normal person to an entrepreneur and owning a BMW? Because it's every normal individuals like me, right? It's a dream to own such a luxury car, right? So you have proved it for people that you don't need a regular job to own or become an entrepreneur or to do it. You can still do it, right? So how long was your journey? Right? How many years did it took?
It took around 7 to 8 years, but the decision to book it took only last 1-2 years, because the growth is 2 types of growth. So one is progressive growth, Y equal to mx plus c. So when time grows, the progress also grows. Okay. So another one is exponential growth. So all my first 5 years, I didn't get enough growth. It is slow, steady. At one breaking point, suddenly, so everything which I put all the dots, it started connected. It started connecting and make some sense. It started giving some results. It gives yields. Okay. So last 2 years, I got a very good growth in terms of my network increase. To be honest, my network is my net worth. Even today, if I lost everything, I can again rebuild it within a few months. So
This is something which nobody can take away from you.
Exactly. So that growth started last 2 years, and what I am seeing now in another 2 years, definitely it will keep
Growing or
in
multiplying.
a more exponential way,
Aggressive.
because we have done all the setups for that.
Stick growth.
Expansion, kind of, it has to be, that's it. So we are expanding to global. We are moving to, as of now, we are only in South India. We are moving to 3 more cities: Pune, Goa, Gurgaon. Within next 6 to 7 months, we are moving over there as well.
When you say moving over to multiple cities, can you expand more? I mean, are you also planning to start your own offices there?
No. So
hiring more
as part
freelancers?
of Chennai Freelancers Club, we do host events on a monthly basis. Every month we do meet. So whatever happens, even Corona time, we met online. And other times we do meet offline. So there will be 100 to 150 people in small gathering in 7 cities.
And what happens in these meetings?
We do talk about how to do freelancing, how to make it more sustainable. What will you do if payment dispute comes in? How to get money from overseas? The importance of contract, what has to be there. So we will invite expert speakers from different industry, some from marketing, from sales, from accounts, from legal. So they will share their experience. Then end of the session, there will be networking session where people can exchange their projects. So all these events, people exchange projects between minimum 50 lakhs to 1.5 crore. Each month they do transactions.
Wow.
So that is what we do in our monthly basis event. So as of now, we are in 7 cities: Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Madurai, Coimbatore, Cochin, and Pondicherry. By end of this year, we will be moving to
Multiple
3
other
more
cities.
cities.
Okay.
3 more cities. I mean, we believe in slow, steady expansion. So just because we have to expand, not behind the numbers. So we have to strengthen our
The
existing
quality rather than the quantity.
Exactly. We have to strengthen our existing basis. So with that, I can clearly see the exponential growth which we wanted to have will place on that part. The reason why I booked the BMW, one thing is I'm not very much car enthusiast as well. My family didn't have a car. I am the first person to purchase a car.
Wow.
I mean, not BMW, a car.
A
Is
car.
car. That too, first time I drove my car just 2.5 years back when my son born. I bought my first car. So
That's a lucky charm.
I didn't even know driving. I bought a car from the showroom. My friend drove me and dropped me. Then I slowly
Started
learned driving. Still, what is there inside BMW? I'm not very much for the power, the components. I'm not aware of that. But the reason we wanted to purchase is to give confidence to other people.
Wow.
So people
To
like
motivate them.
yeah, people like I'm nobody, right? I don't have any IIT or IIM background. I'm not coming from a big, rich background. So someone from tier 3, tier 4 city,
A
in
humble
Tamil,
beginning.
yeah, from the Tamil medium, who moved to Chennai, started freelancing, and started a company. And if I can do something which is dream of many people, then if you notice, my English also not very good. Like how you do speak fluently, it's not that good. But somebody can like me can do this.
And it's
There are
possible
people,
by
so
everybody.
many people better than me. So you all can do it. So I want to give this message to
Message
everyone.
loud and clear. Amazing. And we also got to know from our Secret Service people that you're taking off at work days or during a week is little different from normal people, that you take off on a Thursday rather than a Sunday, right? Is it a strategic decision what you have took, or is there any reason behind it?
I mean, we, like I said, we do run a community. So community activities will only happen on Saturday, Sundays, because you guys work in Monday to Friday, or you guys will be available only on Saturday, Sunday. So so our customers are available Saturday, Sunday. So we have to work on Saturday, Sunday.
Oh.
But unfortunately, not. Fortunately, I am married. So I have a family. I have a kid, so I have to
Give time to them.
I have to give some time for them as well, because that is most important. So that is non-negotiable. So whatever happens,
Has to be.
at least 1 day per week, I have to spend my time with my family. So we had lots of argument. Then finally we fix the Thursday. So that is one point. Then one more important. That is one point. Then one more important point is I shifted my house next to my office.
Oh, okay.
So if this is my office, means if you open the window next, you can see my house. So that I reduce my traveling time in Chennai or Bangalore traffic. It will take at least 1 hour for one way,
Absolutely.
2 hour up and down.
You would have
Well
just
done.
experienced it now.
Exactly. So I save 2 hour every day. So 14
Staying close
hours
to.
I save. Plus afternoon I will go to my home and take lunch. Evening I will go home, I take coffee. So that I spend some quality time with my
Family as well.
family as well. Also, all my eyes are on my company.
Nice. Amazing.
So if you are a budding startup and or a budding entrepreneur, that means you try this, change your home to nearby your
Save
office.
time.
That will really helpful. Emotional support you will get.
Yes. I also heard you mention about when you talk or meet as a community, right? You also discuss about the project, how to receive payments from abroad also. So is it also a particular challenge because you address this particularly? How do you receive payments from these clients abroad?
We have a saying like Zoho founder Sridharam once told, it is easier to earn $1 than a rupee. So we strongly believe in acquiring overseas customer than domestic. We don't focus domestic customer. Even if it is a small project, we will take only from overseas. That means previously we had a struggle like how we'll get the payment. We used to PayPal. We used PayPal, but the percentage is higher, and there's so much of delay. Then there are some other platforms came. Xflow, Razorpay, PayGlocal, BriskPay, Ping Pong.
There are many.
Skydo, Limit, Native Teams. So most of the platforms I have experience. So which one I should choose when? So that clarity all the freelancers should get. For example, if it is a single invoice with 15,000 plus USD means I will use one platform. If it is below 2,000 means I will use another platform. If it is below 5,000 but in the multiple invoices like $100, $200, $500 means I will use another platform, because that comes as a subscription, not as per transaction basis.
A regular recurring income.
So they will give a fixed amount. For example, 30 USD per month means even if I get 50 or 100 invoices, I will not give the transaction fee like $1.5, $3 per transaction. Likewise, people has to be very clear about which platform they have to choose.
Depending upon the value also.
Exactly. Based on the size, ticket size and frequency. So that is very important, because your hard-earned money shouldn't go
waste. I have also heard from a lot of my good friends that people, especially in the US, when you're mentioning in dollars, they're also very scared, right? So what if people trying to scam you, right? So have you also come across any kind of scenarios which clients that it's tough for them to trust?
Trust me or trust the platform who payment platforms?
Yeah.
Yes, because they do trust me. They are okay to send money to my bank account, even if it getting delay, or if they are paying 8% transaction fee, currency conversion fee. What else? There's one more fees. Platform fee,
FX fee.
There is so many. They will take percentage apart from that. Okay. So some random ABC company, ABC payments means they will not trust. So what happens to my money? So the companies, which I told, these companies, instead of marketing here, so we are fine with using any tools.
Method,
so they should market over there to get their trust. Even otherwise, if we insist, you put your money, whatever happens, I will take care. That is what I told. whenever I gave these accounts, virtual accounts for the first time to a new client, they will afraid. I will tell them, you put that money, even if it lost, I will, I no
You'll bear
questions
it.
asked. Because first time I also had that fear, whether
Yes.
the money, because it's related to money.
Correct.
It's not mail, whether it is coming or not to give a check, right? So first time I also afraid. Then I have, it's frequently I will get amount, right? So all these
Yes.
platforms are NBFC, NPCA approved. So
Yeah. Fine.
yeah.
Okay. So I know it's a lot of time. So one more last thing is, what is it one piece of advice which you want to give to our listeners, right? If it has to be a small piece of advice, what would it be?
Start freelance.
Let's do it, guys. Okay, sure. So thanks a lot for taking time and spending time with us. It was wonderful chatting with you. We'll hopefully catch you up again in coming episodes and get to know more about the other side of freelancing also.
Likewise, equally enjoyed it. Looking forward to do a next part to will go deep inside how to
Absolutely.
take projects, how to land your first client, how to land your overseas client. So everything will take
So let's
in
for part
deeper.
2.
Yes.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.